Hello everybody, Dragonfire here, and I'm coming at you with another one of my videos. This time I got the top 10 albums of the 80s, or sort of. Let me explain. So, previously I have done videos on my top 10 albums for each year of the 1980s, going all the way from 1980 itself to 1989, 10-year span. And I gave my top 10 albums for each year. And of course, in that list was my number one for each year. Now, I'm going to give you my number ones going against each other. Boy, this is tough because these are my top 10 albums from each individual year. So it's like, how do I pick, oh, this album is better from that album from across multiple years, across 10 years? Um, this was a really tough um, really tough pick for me. Um, but yeah, before I go any further, I want to remind you to like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Um, Join my channel, become become a subscriber to my channel, all that stuff because it really does help me. Um, and I want to keep putting out great content. But without further ado, I'm giving you my number 10. I'm ranking all my number ones against each other. And my number one for 1984, making it it's gonna be my number 10 on this ranking is Stay Hungry by Twisted Sister. Now really almost all of these top 10, except for my number one, these other nine albums are sort of tied with each other, but I'm trying to give you the best ranking I can here. But yes, my number 10, I've decided this time around is going to be my number one from 1984, which is Twisted Sister. 1984 was a great year. Um, it had, of course, Van Halen's album 1984 and a lot of other tough competition, but I ended up going with Twisted Sister's Stay Hungry as my number one album for 1984. And it's ranking number 10 on this list, but still a great album. The title track, Stay Hungry, is really good. The biggest hit that Twisted Sister ever has on this album with We're Not Gonna Take It. And Burn in Hell is another one of my favorite songs from this album. And then uh, I Want to Rock was another big hit from this album. The Price was kind of a Twisted Sister power ballad that I think is underrated. So this is a pretty cool album from Twisted Sister, but I went ahead and ranked it my number 10. Got to rank it somewhere. So 1984's Stay Hungry from Twisted Sister is my number 10. Okay, my number 9 is going to be Weird Al Yankovic's Dare to Be Stupid. Man, this one's got Like a Surgeon. It's got the title track, Dare to Be Stupid. I Want a New Duck, One More Minute, Yoda, George the Jungle, uh, Slime Creatures from Outer Space. Girls Just Want to Have Lunch is a parody of Cyndi Lauper's Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Um, Hooked on Polkas is a great medley on this album. Just a lot of really good stuff, and I'm picking that as my number 9 is Dare to Be Stupid. Um, it was my number one album for 1985. Number one for 1985 was Weird Al Yankovic's Dare to Be Stupid, and I'm placing it number 9 on my Ultimate 80s Countdown. Okay, now, next up, I think I'm going to go with my number 7. It's going to have to be High and Dry by Def Leppard. This was my pick for the number one album of 1981. I had some really stiff competitions with Motley Crue's Too Fast for Love. The original version of that album came out in '81. Uh, but yeah, I ended up picking this as my number one album in 1981. Um, the title track, High and Dry on Saturday Night, fantastic. Um, Mirror Mirror, No No No, On Through the Night, the song is on here. Lady Strange, Bringing on the Heartbreak was a big hit from this album. Man, this is an enjoyable listen from beginning to end. High and Dry from Def Leppard. I rank that as, what did I say, my number 8? Yes, my number 8 for my ultimate 80s countdown. Now, for my number 7, this was my number 1 album of 1986, and I'll go you double threat with this one because I own it on both cassette and on CD. And um, you see the different editions there. Um, but Slippery When Wet by Bon Jovi will be my number 7. This is really just a fantastic album. Slippery When Wet by Bon Jovi. You Give Love a Bad Name might be my favorite Bon Jovi song of all time. This one's also got Living on a Prayer and Want It Dead or Alive, Raise Your Hands, Never Say Goodbye. This is just a fantastic album. Fantastic. Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet, my number 7. Okay, next up. Hold on a second here. Next up, my number 6 is going to be Spinal Tap. Spinal Tap, have it on vinyl and on CD here. This is Spinal Tap's Smell the Glove. And yeah, some really cool stuff on here. Um, I really like Rock and Roll Creation, which is the title track on one of their other albums, but they do an updated version on Smell the Glove. Um, Tonight I'm Gonna Rock You Tonight, and Heavy Duty, Hellhole, uh, and Big Bottom are all on this album. So fantastic. Spinal Tap, Smell the Glove, my number 6. Okay. And now we're getting into my top 5 here. Another album to show you here. Quiet Riot's Mental Health. Here's the CD edition. Have it on vinyl as well. Also, have it on cassette tape. I love this album. Sometimes it's a really seek out an album because I really want it. Other times it's just what happens to fall in my lap when I go out album hunting at the stores and whatnot. Um, but if I love an album enough, I'll have it on multiple formats. This one, the title track, Mental Health Bang Your Head. And it's also got Come On, Feel the Noise, Slick Black Cadillac, Love's a Bitch, Run for Cover, Battle Axe, Let's Go Crazy, Thunderbird. This special edition DVD also has Danger Zone and a live version of Slick Black Cadillac. It's one of my I just love this album. This was my top album of 1983. Did I mention Smell the Glove was 82? This is 83. Um, so yeah. Um, Definitely one of my favorite albums of all time. All right. Next up, I'm going with my favorite album of 1989, Trash. Don't own this one on vinyl, but you can see I got the cassette tape and the CD here. I've got multiple copies of the CD. Always good to have backup in case your CDs get scratched, especially if you come across it at a good price. Poison, Shot in the dark, house of fire, why trust you, only my heart talking, bed of nails, this maniac's in love with you, trash, hell is living without you, and I'm your gun. Man, this album, what an album, all killer, no filler. Yes, Trash by Alice Cooper. It kicks off my Mount Rushmore. Trash by Alice Cooper. Okay. And then I'm going to give the bronze medal to Born to Be Bad by George Thorogood and the Destroyers. Shake Your Money Maker, You Talk Too Much, Highway 49. Born to Be Bad, You Can't Catch Me, I'm Ready, Treat Her Right, I Really Like Girls, Smokestack Lightning, and I'm Moving On. I've got this one on CD, on cassette as well. And yep, I got it on vinyl too. Born to Be Bad. That's the story of my life. Doing things wrong is my way of doing things right. Oh, when I'm old and gray, you know my story's told. You know what the people will say. They'll be glad to see me go, but the little girls will know I was bad till my dying day. So when you see me coming, get away. I was born to be bad. Love me some George Thorogood. Okay, coming in at number 2, taking my silver medal. No shame in this. AC/DC's Back in Black. Yes, Back in Black. Hell's bells, shoot the thrill. What do you do for money, honey? Giving the dog a bone. Let me put my love into you. Back in Black. You shook me all night long. Have a drink on me, shake a leg. Rock and roll ain't noise pollution. What do you do for money, honey? How do you get your kicks? What do you do for money, honey? Mm. Shoot the thrill, play to kill. Too many women with too many thrills, yeah. Hell's bells, I was calling to you. Hell's bells, rock and roll ain't noise pollution. Rock and roll's just rock and roll. AC/DC. All right. I'd love to have that one on vinyl and on cassette tape. But now I'm moving on to my number 1. This was a hunt. I tracked this down on CD, on cassette tape, on vinyl. I have all 3. Here it is. If you watched my channel before, you already knew this was my number 1. It was my pick for number 1 album of 1987. And it is my number 1 album of the 1980s. It is Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. Got it here on CD. And see my vinyl copy here. Her hair reminds me of a warm, safe place where as a child I'd hide and pray for the thunder and the rain to quiet out for night. Oh, oh, sweet child of mine. Oh, 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 sweet love of mine. My way, your way, anything goes tonight. Yeah, my way, your way, anything goes tonight. Welcome to the jungle. We've got fun and games. You can have anything you want, but you better not take it from me in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Na 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 na, please, please. Mm. You're crazy too, you're fucking crazy. Oh my, yeah. Crazy too, you're fucking crazy. I think about you, only you're the only one. My heart says yes. I think about you, deep inside, I love you best. Don't ever leave me. Say you'll always be there. All I ever wanted was for you to know that I care. That's right, folks. Welcome to the jungle. It's so easy. Night train out to get me, Mr. Brownstone. Paradise City, my Michelle, think about you, sweet child of mine. You're crazy. Anything goes, Rocket Queen. All right, folks. That is counting down my 10 number ones of the 1980s and putting them in some kind of order. Really, honestly, Appetite for Destruction is my favorite album of all time, but almost any of these could be my number two. Um, these are all really great albums from the 1980s. They number one in my years. So, quick recap. I'm going to remember just AC/DC's Back in Black was my number one album of 1980. Let's see, where was 81? Oh, yeah, that was Death Leppard's High and Dry. And let's see, 82 was Smell the Glove by Spinal Tap. Um, 83 was Quiet Riot's Mental Health. 84, let's see, that was Stay Hungry by Twisted Sister. 85 was Weird Al Yankovic's Dare to Be Stupid. Dare to be stupid, dare to be stupid. 86 was Bon Jovi's Slippery When Wet. And let's see, yes, 87 was Appetite for Destruction by Guns N' Roses. 88 was George Thorogood's Born to Be Bad. And 89's was Alice Cooper's Trash, just in case you missed it. But I gave you my ranking for all 10 years. Alright, everybody, like, share, subscribe, comment. All those things help my channel. Dragonfire out.